Have you ever wondered how legendary tales from ancient folklore are brought to life with mind-bending AI and stunning cinematic visuals? Well, get ready to step behind the curtain of Jawata Studio and discover the secret ingredients to their captivating storytelling magic. This isn't just animation. It's a revolution in how stories are told, and you're about to get an exclusive all-access pass. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're doing something incredibly special. We're taking you deep inside the creative world of Jawata Studio, the brilliant minds who are redefining cinematic storytelling with artificial intelligence. You've seen their breathtaking films, those epic sagas that feel like they've been pulled directly from the pages of history and mythology. But how do they do it? What does it really take to blend ancient narratives with the most advanced technology on the planet? Stay with us, because we're about to reveal it all. Let's start at the very beginning, the story. Every masterpiece from Jawata Studio begins not with a line of code, but with a single, powerful idea. The team is made up of passionate historians, mythologists, and writers who spend countless hours, sometimes weeks or even months, diving into archives, ancient texts, and oral traditions. They're not just looking for a plot, they're searching for the soul of a story. They want to understand the cultural context, the moral dilemmas, the human emotions that made these tales resonate for centuries. It is this deep respect for the source material that forms the unshakable foundation of everything they create. They believe that technology should serve the story, not the other way around. Once they've unearthed a gem, the next phase begins: conceptualization. This is where the ancient world meets the digital age. The team gathers in what they call the dream room. It's a space filled with concept art, historical maps, and reference materials. Here, artists and AI specialists brainstorm the visual language of the film. What does this mythical kingdom look like? What kind of armor do its warriors wear? What is the quality of light during a legendary battle? They create detailed mood boards and storyboards, but with a unique twist. They also develop style prompts for their AI models. These are incredibly descriptive text inputs that guide the AI in generating initial visual concepts. Think of it as teaching a machine to dream in the style of an ancient artisan. It's a collaborative dance between human creativity and artificial intelligence. The artists sketch an idea, the AI interprets it and generates dozens of variations, and then the artists refine and select the best elements. This iterative process allows them to explore visual possibilities at a speed that was unimaginable just a few years ago. Now for the part you've all been waiting for, the AI magic. Jawata Studio uses a proprietary suite of AI tools, a custom-built engine they've been refining for years. This isn't a single press a button and make a movie program. It's a complex ecosystem of different AI models working in harmony. First, there's the character genesis model. Using detailed descriptions from the writers and concept art, this AI helps generate the character models. But it's not just about looks. The AI is trained on vast data sets of human anatomy and expression to create characters that can convey subtle emotions. The goal is photorealism infused with a mythic quality. You'll notice the characters in their films have a unique, almost ethereal look, and this is the direct result of that human-AI collaboration. Then comes the World Builder AI. This is where those epic landscapes and sprawling cities are born. The team feeds the AI topographical data, architectural references, and those style prompts we talked about. The AI then generates entire 3D environments, complete with realistic lighting, atmospheric effects, and even procedural vegetation that moves in the wind. A human environmental artist then goes in to art direct the scene, moving a mountain here, adding a river there, ensuring that every frame serves the narrative and creates the right mood. They can generate a dozen different versions of a mystical forest or an ancient city in the time it would take a traditional team to build just one. This frees up their artists to focus on the high-level creative decisions, the storytelling through scenery. But what about movement? The choreography engine is perhaps their most groundbreaking tool. For action sequences, animators will perform the movements themselves using motion capture technology. This data is then fed into the AI, which doesn't just copy the movement, but stylizes it. It can make a warrior move with supernatural grace, or a mythical beast move with terrifying weight and power. The AI understands the physics of the world it has built, and ensures that every action feels believable within that context. For more subtle character acting, the AI analyzes the script and the voice actor's performance, suggesting facial expressions and body language that align with the emotional intent of the scene. The human animators always have the final say, refining every nuance to perfection. This synergy ensures that the performances are not robotic, but are imbued with genuine, heartfelt emotion. Let's talk about sound, because it's half the experience. The sound design at Jawata Studio is another area where AI plays a fascinating role. They use AI tools to generate unique soundscapes. For example, they can feed an AI a prompt like the sound of a magical forest at dusk, with whispering trees and the distant call of an unknown creature. The AI will then synthesize a completely original audio track based on its understanding of those concepts. Of course, this is then layered and mixed by professional sound designers who add musical scores, Foley, and dialogue to create the rich, immersive audio experience you hear in the final film. The score itself is often composed in collaboration with AI, with composers using AI to explore melodic variations and harmonic possibilities, helping them break creative blocks and discover new musical directions. The final stage is post-production, or what they call the weaving. This is where everything comes together. Editors, colorists, and visual effects artists assemble all the AI-generated and human-refined elements. It's a meticulous process of weaving together visuals, sound, and story into a cohesive and emotionally impactful narrative. A colorist might use AI-assisted tools to apply a consistent color grade across thousands of frames, ensuring visual continuity. An editor might use an AI tool that analyzes the pacing of a scene and suggests potential cuts. But again, these are just tools. The final decisions, the ones that make you feel wonder, suspense, or joy, are always made by a human artist. They are the ultimate storytellers. What Jawata Studio is doing is more than just using new technology. They are pioneering a new creative workflow. It's a future where AI isn't a replacement for human artists, but an incredibly powerful collaborator, a tireless assistant that can handle the laborious, time-consuming tasks, freeing up human creativity to focus on what truly matters: the heart, the soul, and the magic of storytelling. They are preserving ancient legends by giving them a new voice, ensuring they continue to inspire and captivate audiences for generations to come. It's a testament to the idea that when human ingenuity and artificial intelligence work together, the possibilities are truly limitless. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible behind-the-scenes journey into the world of Jawata Studio. I hope you're as inspired as I am by their vision and passion. What do you think is the most exciting part of their process? Let us know in the comments below. It all starts with a single spark, an idea. But where do these ideas come from? Our world is a treasure trove of incredible tales. We dive deep into folklore, mythology, and historical accounts from every corner of the globe. We're looking for stories that resonate, tales with timeless themes of heroism, love, tragedy, and triumph. It's not just about finding a cool story. It's about finding a story with a soul, something that speaks to the human experience even if its characters are gods or mythical creatures. Once a legend is chosen, the real work begins. We call this the conceptualization phase. Our team gathers, not in a sterile boardroom, but in a space filled with books, art, and inspiration. This is where we ask the big questions. What is the core message of this story? Who is the hero, and what drives them? What emotions do we want our audience to feel? We deconstruct the original narrative, piece by piece, identifying the key moments, the turning points, and the emotional peaks. It's like being a detective and an artist at the same time, searching for the heart of the legend. This leads us to our brainstorming sessions, which are, let's just say, energetic. We plaster walls with notes, sketches, and reference images. We argue, we debate, we laugh. The goal here is to translate the written word into visual potential. How do we show a god's fury not just with a line of dialogue, but with a sky that bleeds crimson? How do we convey a hero's internal conflict through the landscape around them? We're constantly thinking about symbolism, color theory, and composition. Every single frame you see has been born from these intense, creative discussions, all aimed at maximizing the story's emotional impact. Parallel to this, we start defining the aesthetic. This is a crucial step. Is this a gritty, realistic world, or a vibrant, fantastical realm? We look at historical art, architectural styles, and traditional clothing of the culture the story comes from. We want to be respectful and authentic, while also infusing our own unique artistic vision. Early character designs are sketched out, not just how they look, but how they carry themselves. What does their posture say about their personality? What history is written in the lines on their face? This is world building from the ground up, creating a believable and immersive universe for our story to unfold in. Now, for the part you've probably been waiting for, the AI. How do we go from all these ideas, notes, and sketches to the final images? This is where the magic of modern technology comes into play. We take our detailed script and our visual concepts and begin the process of translating them into effective AI prompts. This is an art form in itself. It's not just typing a warrior in a forest. It's so much more nuanced. A prompt might look something like this. An epic cinematic shot of a lone, weary samurai warrior, his armor dented and rain-soaked, standing at the edge of a windswept cliff. The sky is a canvas of bruised purples and stormy grays, with a single ray of hope-filled sunlight breaking through the clouds, illuminating his determined face. The style should be reminiscent of an Akira Kurosawa film, with deep shadows and a dramatic wide-angle perspective. You see, every word is chosen carefully to guide the AI, to paint a picture for the machine, just as an artist would with a brush. We specify the lighting, the mood, the camera angle, the artistic influence, everything. This is rarely a one-and-done process. It's an iterative loop of creation and refinement. We generate an image, analyze it, and think, okay, this is close, but the emotion isn't quite right. So, we tweak the prompt. Maybe we change weary to defiant. Maybe we add a gust of wind whipping his cloak dramatically. We generate again. This back and forth can happen dozens, sometimes hundreds of times for a single scene. We are essentially collaborating with the AI, guiding it, shaping its output until it perfectly matches the vision in our heads. And here's something you might not expect. We embrace the happy accidents. Sometimes the AI will generate something completely unexpected, something we didn't ask for but is utterly brilliant. It might be a strange reflection in a character's eye, a unique cloud formation, or a detail in the background that adds a whole new layer of meaning to the scene. These moments are gold. Instead of discarding them, we often lean into them, letting these happy accidents inspire a new direction or add a depth to the story we hadn't even considered. It's a true partnership between human creativity and artificial intelligence. The AI isn't just a tool, it's a creative catalyst. Once we have a library of stunning AI-generated images, they are still just static pictures. The next step is to breathe life into them and craft the cinematic flow. This is where the unsung heroes of post-production come in. And let me tell you, their work is just as crucial as the visuals. First up, sound design and score. Sound is 50% of the experience. The subtle rustle of leaves, the distant cry of a bird, the thunderous clash of swords. These are the details that build the world and make it feel real. Our sound designers are masters of atmosphere, layering dozens of audio tracks to create a rich, immersive soundscape. Then comes the musical score. Music is the emotional engine of our stories. It tells you when to feel tension, when to feel hope, when to feel heartbreak. We work with incredibly talented composers to create original scores that are perfectly synced to the narrative. The right piece of music can elevate a simple sequence of images into a profoundly moving experience. It guides your heart through the story, amplifying every key moment. Next is the editing magic. An editor's job is to take all these disparate elements, the hundreds of AI images, the sound effects, the music, and weave them into a cohesive and impactful narrative. Pacing is everything. They decide how long to hold on a character's face to build suspense, when to use a quick succession of cuts to create a sense of action, and how to transition between scenes to create a smooth, logical flow. Editing is the invisible art that shapes the final story arc, ensuring that the narrative builds to a satisfying climax and resolution. It's a complex puzzle, and when the final piece clicks into place, it's pure magic. Finally, we add the human voice. For our narrated stories, the voice actor is your guide, the storyteller sitting with you by the fire. Their tone, their inflection, and their pacing are all carefully directed to bring the script to life and connect you emotionally to the events unfolding on screen. When our stories feature dialogue, our voice actors give our characters their soul. They don't just read lines, they embody the characters, conveying their personality, their fears, and their desires through their performance. The combination of a powerful human voice with our AI-generated visuals creates a unique and compelling fusion of tradition and technology. And that's the journey. From a spark of an idea drawn from ancient lore through intense creative brainstorming, it's a process that blends the oldest form of human expression, storytelling, with the very latest in technological innovation. It's a labor of love, and every single one of us at Jawata Studio pours our heart into every frame. We believe these legendary tales deserve to be told, and we are so honored to be able to share them with you in this new and exciting way. Until next time, keep the stories alive. Have you ever watched a story so captivating, so visually stunning, it felt like magic? What if I told you that magic was crafted not just by human hands, but in collaboration with artificial intelligence? Welcome to the world of Jawata Studio, where ancient legends are reborn through the lens of modern technology. Today, we're pulling back the curtain to show you exactly how we create the cinematic stories that have captured your imagination. It's a journey of pixels and passion, algorithms and artistry. So, grab your popcorn, and let's dive into the creative heart of Jawata Studio. First, let's talk about the spark. Every one of our stories begins with a legend, a myth, a piece of folklore that has been passed down through generations. Our team is obsessed with these tales. We spend countless hours researching, reading, and really immersing ourselves in the historical and cultural context of each story. This isn't just about finding a cool plot. It's about understanding the soul of the narrative. What are the core themes? What emotions did these stories evoke in their original audiences? We believe that to tell a story authentically, you have to honor its roots. This deep dive is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It's where the human element is most crucial, setting the intention and the emotional compass for the entire project. Once we have our story, the real dance with technology begins. We don't just type a prompt into an AI and hope for the best. It's a meticulous, iterative process. We start by storyboarding, just like in traditional filmmaking. We break down the narrative into key scenes, thinking about composition, lighting, and mood. Then, we translate these visual ideas into highly specific, detailed prompts for our AI tools. Think of it like a director speaking to an actor, but our actor is a complex algorithm. We might describe a scene as a lone warrior silhouetted against a crimson sunset, his armor reflecting the last rays of light, standing on a cliff overlooking a misty valley. Every word matters. We experiment with hundreds of variations to get the image that perfectly matches the vision in our heads. It's less of a command and more of a conversation. This is where we hit our first set of creative challenges, navigating the technical hurdles of AI. AI is an incredible tool, but it's not a magic wand. It has its limitations. Sometimes the AI struggles with consistency. A character's face might change subtly from one frame to the next, or a specific detail in their clothing might disappear. Overcoming this requires painstaking work. We might generate dozens, sometimes hundreds of images for a single shot, cherry-picking the best elements from each and compositing them together. We also have to train the AI's eye, in a sense. We feed it specific style references and visual vocabularies to ensure the final output has a cohesive and unique aesthetic that defines the Jawata look. It's a constant process of problem solving, pushing the software to its limits and finding creative workarounds when we hit a wall. But the biggest challenge, and our most important mission, is maintaining artistic integrity. It's very easy to get lost in the spectacle of what AI can generate. It can create incredibly elaborate and fantastical imagery, but we always have to ask ourselves, does this serve the story? A beautiful shot is meaningless if it doesn't advance the plot or deepen a character's emotional journey. The AI is a powerful instrument, but we are the conductors. We make the crucial decisions about pacing, editing, and emotional beats. We ensure that the technology is a servant to the narrative, not the other way around. This is what we mean by the human touch. It's the curation, the critical eye, the storytelling instinct that decides which of the infinite possibilities the AI presents will actually make it into the final film. The human touch extends far beyond just image selection. It's in the sound design that makes a forest feel alive or a battle feel thunderous. It's in the musical score that swells at the perfect moment to pull at your heartstrings. It's in the editing where we carefully pace each cut to build tension or allow for a moment of quiet reflection. AI can generate images, but it can't, yet, feel empathy. It can't understand the subtle nuances of human emotion. That's our job. Our team of artists, musicians, and editors are the soul of the studio. They take the raw, visually stunning output from the AI and weave it into a coherent, emotionally resonant narrative. Without their creativity, passion, and direction, our videos would just be a slideshow of pretty pictures. It's this fusion of human artistry and machine intelligence that truly creates the magic. So what does the future hold for storytelling like this? We're incredibly excited by the reactions we've seen from you, our audience. Your comments, your theories, your emotional responses to these stories are what fuels us. You've shown us that there's a real hunger for this new form of media, one that blends the ancient and the futuristic. Seeing our work resonate with people from all over the world has been the most rewarding part of this journey. It confirms our belief that a good story, told with heart, can transcend any medium. Your engagement encourages us to keep pushing, to keep exploring, and to keep telling the stories that need to be told. And the tools themselves are evolving at a breathtaking pace. What was science fiction just a year ago is now a feature in the latest software update. We're on the cusp of AI video generation becoming more fluid, consistent, and controllable. Imagine being able to direct an AI-generated character's performance with the same nuance you could with a human actor. We predict that these evolving tools will allow for even more dynamic and immersive storytelling. It will free us up from some of the more tedious technical hurdles and allow us to focus even more on the purely creative aspects, character development, complex narratives, and building truly believable worlds. The possibilities are genuinely mind-boggling. Our ultimate vision for Jawata Studio is to be at the forefront of this new creative revolution. We want to continue pushing the boundaries of what's possible in cinematic storytelling. We see a future where creators of all kinds have access to these powerful tools, democratizing the ability to bring epic visions to life. For us, it's not just about making cool videos. It's about preserving cultural heritage by giving ancient stories a new, vibrant voice. It's about exploring the very nature of creativity and the collaboration between human and artificial minds. We believe we're just at the beginning of a new golden age of storytelling, and we're honored to be a part of it, sharing this journey with all of you. The future is a blank canvas, and together, we're ready to paint a masterpiece. Thank you so much for joining us on this behind-the-scenes tour. We hope it gave you a new appreciation for the heart and hard work that goes into every single frame we create. If you enjoyed this look into our process, please let us know in the comments. And of course, if you want to see more of our cinematic legends and follow our journey into the future of storytelling, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.